I am going to start by erasing the outer part of my eyebrow, so I'm going over it with a glue stick, both sides, and then I'm going to take the handle of a makeup brush and just roll over it to flatten my eyebrows out completely. And then I'm going over with a good coating of powder to cover up the glue and make sure it's not sticky anymore. Then it's time for my base, so I'm going to apply a quite thick layer of foundation all over my skin. To make sure everything is absolutely even. And then I'm going over with concealer over my dark circles and the outer parts of my eyebrows. So then it's time to set everything with more translucent powder to mattify my face and make this more long lasting. Okay, so now I'm going to take an angled brush and some black eyeshadow, and I'm going to start by outlining all of my basic shapes. So here I'm doing the mouth part. And then I'm going to make the nostrils. So I'm just making a triangle right above my nostril to make this look like a slit. And now I'm working on the eyeliner, and I'm going to make this kind of Arab shape cat eye with wings both on the inner and outer corner. And I'm going to line the top and bottom and make sure to connect the top and bottom lines. So then for my eyebrows, I'm going to draw these in a pointy upward shape. And then I'm going to fill in the outside, and only the outside, I'd say about 3/4 of my eyebrow, and the inside I'm going to leave for now. So now I am drawing a very sharp cut crease, actually quite above my own crease, and another line underneath my eye. Okay, time for some color. So I'm taking a bright red eyeshadow and I'm using this to fill in my eyelid in between those two black lines. And then I'm going to take a burgundy eyeshadow, so a little bit of a darker red, and I'm going to start fading this out downwards to create a gradient going from the crease line down to the eye line. So when I've blended out my burgundy, I'm going back in with black on the eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to fade this down and just make sure to keep blending, blending, blending until it makes a nice gradient. Okay, so I'm going to paint the inside of my eyebrows with that burgundy color as well, again to create a little bit of a gradient there. And then I'm going to take a gold cream paint and fill in that space underneath my eye. So now I'm taking that burgundy color again on this tapered brush, and I'm going to use this to make a very sharp contour underneath my cheekbones. And I'm connecting this all the way to that line of my mouth. Then I'm going to deepen that up a little bit with some black eyeshadow. And then I'm going to take that burgundy shadow again and also contour around my forehead a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to make that same gradient again, but this time underneath that lower line on my eye. So start with the bright red. Then deepen it up with some burgundy. And finish by blending down the black. Alright, moving on to the lips. I'm going to start by concealing them with some concealer, just so I can apply whatever color I want over them. Pretty much creating a blank canvas here. Alright, so I'm making that very same gradient, but this time going upwards from my lips. So again, starting with the bright red, then going over with the burgundy, and that black. And I'm going to extend this black onto the inner part of my lip. And then I decided to make a little triangle on my top lip to kind of enhance that animal mouth effect. And my bottom lip I'm going to fill in with black completely. And I'm still using eyeshadows for this. So then I went over with a little bit more of that gold cream eyeshadow. And now it's time to paint the scales. So I just took a tiny little eyeliner brush and some black eyeshadow, and I'm going to draw on these scales at a couple of points that I think they will look nice. So starting on my forehead here. Then I'm going to draw a couple on my temple. And on my jaw, and then extending down towards my neck. So when I've drawn all my scales, I'm going to fill them in with that bright red. And then I'm going to take a gold eyeliner pencil and give each of these scales a gold highlight. Okay, so now for some finishing touches. I am first going to tightline and waterline my eye with some black eyeliner pencil. And then I decided to go over with liquid eyeliner. I'm only going to go over this line around my eye, but just to intensify the black a little bit more. Then it's time for some giant eyelashes. So glad I can finally use these. Okay, that is pretty much the whole look done, so just adjusting a few things here and there, and you're all done.